So when I'm watching, I can just kind of
We
flip
are
around and watch.
live. Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Richmond Raceway. We're here for the New Guys 140. I'm Kendall Kerr alongside Tyler Snyder. Excited to be bringing you some action tonight. This is going to be our first go in the booth, so bear with us. We're dealing through with all kinds of technical difficulties, but that's why we're out here practicing. We put on a heck of a show here at the Highline Racing League and hope to showcase a little bit of that tonight. Whole purpose of this race has been basically to get some of our new guys acclimated running with some of our veterans of the series. But it's going to be a hot, slick race. Guys are just finishing up with practice, and qualifying will be coming up next. In the actual practice, it looked like Casey Heschel was the fastest at 22.523. And Hank Caston come in second at 22.554. Ryan Potter, Jeffrey McClintock, and Curtis Granger, last season's champions, rounded out the top five in practice.
Yeah, like you said, I think Casey is definitely going to be the man to beat. He's always good at these short tracks, especially these short, slick tracks. So I think Casey's going to be one we definitely have to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Going back to Phoenix Raceway last season, Casey definitely was the car to beat. He ended up in a fierce battle with Jackson Hartman in the 19 car. They actually ended up side by side for well over 2 laps before they ended up trading some paint, and Jackson went on to win the race, but KC dominated that race, and I'm really thinking that Phoenix afternoon race is going to translate pretty similarly to this Richmond afternoon race.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I was running some practice laps while we were setting this broadcast up, and it's definitely slick out there. It's going to be a lot of off throttle time, and it's really going to come down to who can save their rear tires the best and who can be easiest on that throttle.
No doubt about it. Well, the guys are just finishing up with qualifying here. Talk a little bit, Tyler, about what you experienced driving the 00 car last season with the Highline Racing League.
Well, I came in honestly not knowing what to expect. The first few races were a little rough for me. Then I hopped on board with you guys at Blacktop Racing. We started picking it up from there. It's really competitive, you know. It's these guys are a lot of talented guys in here. It's good racing, not a lot of cautions. We get good runs. Just a whole lot of fun guys to run with, you know. So we just come out here and enjoy ourselves, really.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I go back and think about that Auto Club race where we went on 107 laps out of 120, I believe, caution free at a track where the tires are burn off so quickly. And for the guys to just, make it that long on that tire eating track really says a lot about the talent these guys really have behind the wheel. And it only seems to be improving. It seems like as the season went on, some additional talent was added. Good look at guys just like we were just talking about, Casey Heschel. He didn't run the full season. I got to be honest, he's probably my pick to win the championship this year. I mean, he went out and dominated 2 races that he didn't get the win on and then won another 2. So he's always one to beat. So keep your eye on that 49 car tonight.
Yeah, Casey's a great pick. Doesn't look like he's posted a qualifying time yet. But if he's gonna win, he's definitely gonna have to go through guys like Curtis Granger in the '77, the champion from last season, and Patrick Green in the '87 is another one. Jackson Hartman's always got good speed everywhere we go, so it's not gonna be a walk in the park for him. But I would definitely have to agree that he's the favorite for sure.
So Curtis Granger last season out of 13 races finishes in the top 5 during 11 of them. Unbelievable. The guy just seemed to have the golden horseshoe last season. He had the ability to save tires better than any other competitor in the field, and he's almost like Kevin Harvick. He's the closer. You're always going to see him at the end of the race running towards the front.
Oh, for sure. I'd be running in the top 5 thinking I was pretty good, and then you look in that rearview mirror after about 20 laps, and here comes that '77 car. I almost out of nowhere. I don't know how he did it, but he always somehow saved more tire than everybody else and kicked our butts last year.
Yeah, he really ran away with the championship. Patrick Green in the 87 car ended up second. He had 2 wins on the season, but really, I mean, how often does this happen in the league? Curtis won the first race of the season and led the point standings from race 1 to race 13. It's just unheard of.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive stuff. He was always up at the front, even at Daytona. He didn't hear from him all race, and I think he finished second or third that race. So I don't know how he does it, but he actually qualified pole here, which is something he didn't do a whole lot of last year. He normally qualified near the top 10 and just kind of rode around and made his way through the field late in the race. But he's gonna try and see what he can do from the pole tonight.
Yeah, I just put up the standings. I know it's kind of ugly on the broadcast, but I can't get those ATVOs to work properly, so this is as close as I can get. It looks like right now Curtis Granger, the man to beat, qualifying with a 22.623. Alan Kunman ending up second right now. Patrick Green third. Give a shout out to Ryan Potter, quick lap for the 99 bunch tonight, and Jackson Hartman fifth. Honestly, that's kind of a slow qualifying effort for the 19. You always see him on the front row. Hats off to Roberto Ramirez in the 32, sixth spot right now. Hank Caston seventh. Robert Pullins brings the number 10 car eighth. Jeffrey McClintock's got the body armor Toyota running ninth. And Ryan Hines is currently rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, it's for kind of surprised, honestly. You don't see Hartman up there near the front. He's always a quick qualifier.
Yeah, and I would keep my eye on Corey Blevins too. A lot of guys don't know much about Corey. He did run the HLRL ARCA series with us prior to last season's Xfinity series, and he picked up the win at Richmond. So he was able to save the tires pretty well. And I want to say that was a day race too with the ARCA series. I have to go back and take a look, but I know he was the man to beat on the long run there and passed, I believe, Caleb Morrissey late in that race to take the win. And look at this, Casey Heschel qualified 16th. I don't know if he maybe caught the wall, but it's going to be fun to watch him battle through the field early here.
Yeah, that definitely ought to be interesting. See him drive from the back to the front. And you mentioned Corey; he's gonna have to do a drive from 11th place. So those would definitely be two guys to keep our eyes on as that run stretches on here at the beginning.
And we might as well do our due diligence and finish out the field here. So Corey Blevins is sitting 11th right now. Mike Campbell in the 88 car qualified 12th right now. Andrew Baker is going to bring a number change with him this season, trying to reset the luck, driving the number 34 car for season 9. He starts 13th. Courtney Miracle's 14th, which we all know is actually Dylan Body, our man and chief painter of Blacktop Racing, but needs to get that iRacing name changed. And Bucky Burt is going to come off 15th tonight. And like we were mentioning, Casey Heschel, 16th. Not sure if DJ Stagner made a lap or if he's going to start from the rear. But I've heard that DJ is one of Curtis's good buddies, so it'll be interesting to see how he does tonight.
Well, if he's got speed like Curtis, he'll be one to watch too, coming from the back.
No doubt about it. Well, we've got 2.5 minutes left, so one thing I wanted to do was just give a hats off to the sponsorship that makes this league really pump through every season. We got guys like the Racing Warehouse, Thirsty Goat Entertainment coming on this season. We've got Red Bomb Graphics. Andrew and his team do a bunch making custom T-shirts for iRacers and local dirt and asphalt trackers. And then, of course, SP Designs. They've come on in a big way this season as a premier partner. Can't say enough about everything that Scott and Dylan add to this league. We really appreciate those guys. And the Ready Foundation is going to be another premier partner. And we're going to be proud to have iRacing back on board as a sponsor. Butt Kicker, they add a lot to the league. I know Toby's really enjoyed having his. And Jimmy, Patrick, and Curtis all received one for finishing in the top 3 in points last season. And I think they're going to do the same promotion this season. So we're excited to have those guys back on board. And I believe they'll be on Robert Pullen's car tonight. But if not tonight, throughout the season. And it's a good-looking paint scheme. And that's one thing I'd have to say, Tyler, is this league just keeps on improving. And the paint schemes are really going to knock some people's socks off this season. We got professional painters in this league everywhere. We've got painters from Stuart Haas, like Roberto Ramirez. We've got contributors to Junior Motorsports, like your Ryan Williamses. And, of course, Dylan Body, camouflaged underneath the name of Courtney Miracle. He's been doing a lot of paints as well. And even Toby. Toby does a nice job with a lot of his paint schemes, too.
Yeah, I was just looking through the Discord channel the other day and saw a whole bunch of paint schemes, and I was like, man, we're going to have some great-looking race cars this season. It'll be fun to watch, and a lot of sponsored race cars too.
Yeah, it's great to see. In fact, I know we're working on another one right now for Andrew Baker, so we'll see if that comes through. It's supposed to let us know by tomorrow.
There you go.
So we got 30 seconds until they're starting to grid them up. The guys right now are setting their steering ratios, brake biases, getting ready for what's hopefully a long run here at the start of the race. But this is kind of the nerve-wracking part. Your heart starts thumping, and it's time to, as Larry Mack would say, reach up high, pull those belts tight, and get ready for a great show.
Yeah, I'm excited. This should be fun. All the trying to see who can save their tires the best, I think, is going to be the main factor. I was going to ask you, who is your pick actually to win tonight?
I'm going to be honest with you. There's really 2 guys that I'm looking at. It's the 77 and the 49. And just because of how similar this track is to Phoenix, I'm going to go Casey Heschel. Who's yours, Tyler?
Well, Casey was going to be my pick, but I'll be different, and I'll go with Curtis Granger. I think champion from last season. I think he's going to save his tires the best and outrun these guys in the long run.
Cool deal. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm looking right now at Alan Kunman. He's got the test paint scheme out. That's what I had sitting on pit road, too, if I was going to run. So some guys having some fun with that kind of exhibition race.
It's a nice looking. I hadn't seen Granger's car yet. The Red Bomb Graphics car. Some of those nice shirts that they do.
Yeah, I ended up getting a shirt made by Red Bomb Graphics, and man, it's pretty cool to have fans out there rocking your stuff.
Yeah, I might have to get one of those shirts.
All right, so Tyler, put yourself in the race car here. Are you going to try and go for that aggressive move here early, make a 3-wide dive ball move to the inside, or are you going to just kind of ride in line?
Well, if it was me, I would probably ride in line. Richmond is definitely not one of my better racetracks, so for me, I would ride in line. But if I was one of these guys like a Patrick Green starting 3rd, or a Ryan Potter or Hartman starting in that 2nd and 3rd row, I wouldn't mind peeking my nose out early here and see if I can maybe get out in front of some of these guys.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you're known for your aggressive restarts. I need to get better myself on restarts. I'd say that's one of my weak links, but guys are getting ready to go. Pace cars getting ready to take off here.
And it looks like we are rolling here for the exhibition race. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this restart goes. If these guys take it like an exhibition race and they push it hard here, or if they kind of play it smart and easy. Be interested to see. All these guys haven't raced Xfinity cars together since, I guess the season finale, which was what, almost 3 weeks ago now?
Yep. And I saw some exciting news. They added the Xfinity car to the AI today, so props to iRacing. That's going to be fun to go test in a little bit of a new way, but got the pace car getting ready to pull off.
Yep.
Oh, I guess they're going to go around.
Yeah.
That's not typical for us.
Yeah.
Right now, I've got a little bit of Van Halen playing tribute to the late Eddie Van Halen, who we lost recently here. One of the best guitar players of all time. Certainly will be missed and known for his sports stadium classics, that's for sure.
Definitely. I wasn't alive, or, when he was real big, but gone back and listened to some of his music recently, actually, and definitely a great talent.
All right, so Kip Childress in the Ford Racing Mustang. I believe this time by is going to pull it off.
Yeah, something interesting is these drivers have to wait until green to go. So normally in like an official lobby, you'd be able to go right there when the pace car pulls off, but they actually have to wait on the green flag to drop here.
And the green flag's out. Looks like Alan Kunman actually got a better restart there than Curtis Granger. And they're going to go side by side. Ryan Potter dives it in deep. Patrick Green kind of forced up the track a little bit, and they're still 2 by 2 by 2. Whoa, Potter a little bit loose.
Yeah, Granger did not get going from that inside lane there. It didn't look like he spun the tires. I'm not sure what happened. Koonman just got a great start, and he's going to look like hold on to this lead from the outside.
Yeah, Alan Kunman, I tell you what, he is a great short track driver. One of the reasons we're having this exhibition race here at Richmond is we put a survey out to the drivers on what they wanted as far as a track schedule moving forward, and the overwhelming response was definitely more short track. So for this season, we've got some really exciting tracks on tap. Not going to Richmond, so that's one of the reasons we're running it here right now.
Yeah, you saw their third place. Looks like Jackson Hartman is moving up the field pretty quick. He got up under somebody there. I think it was Patrick Green actually got up a little high. Now he's under fire for the fourth position, and Hartman looks like he is quick as Granger got a little loose. Hartman's going to go to the inside of him.
Curtis is just letting him go right now, saving that right front, saving that right rear for the long run. And look at Kunman, he's actually driving away right now, and like you said, look at that Jackson Hartman, that new Thirsty Goat Entertainment car. Another great-looking paint scheme out there. It's great to see.
Yeah, Granger just stacked him up there for fourth and fifth. Patrick's still under fire there for fourth place.
Yeah, let's go on board. Take a look at Patrick. There's Alan up front right now in the test scheme. Here's Patrick Green. Patrick Green is always if you can find Patrick, it's almost guaranteed that's the most exciting part of the track. He's always giving people a bumper and making aggressive moves because he's a good driver. He's patient, but he definitely knows when to use his stuff.
Oh yeah, Patrick is definitely going to be one of those guys you're going to have to watch throughout the whole season.
Whoa, a little loose there as Hank Kasten in the 36 car is going to close right up to his rear bumper. Looks like something's a little bit off with Hank's paint scheme, so we'll have to get that straightened out for next week.
I'm watching this battle for the lead right now, Kendall, and it looks like Hartman is slowly but surely reeling Alan Koonman in.
You're right. He definitely has since the last time I was looking at him. The 2 car right now, I would say, has maybe it's just a 1 car length lead right now.
Yeah, just looking from this overhead cam I'm on here right now, it looks like Hartman is just hooking that yellow line a lot better than Koonman. But as I say that, he moves off the yellow line a little bit. But for the most part, when he's been gaining his time, it looks like he just hooks right on that yellow line really well. As you see right there, Koonman's a little bit off the line, and Hartman is just killing him staying down there on the line.
Something we need to mention too, notice the logo on Alan Kunman's car. It's HLM this season, so he's going to move over and actually replace the guy that's reeling him in right now, Jackson Hartman, on Toby Wedgwood's house team, Highline Motorsports.
Yeah, it looks like, watch right here into turn 1, it looks like Hartman is just getting in the corner way deeper than Alan Koonman feels comfortable doing.
Yeah, it'll
That's
be
where he's getting a
interesting
lot of his
to
time.
it'll be interesting to see how that plays out on the long run. And look who's right in the picture. He's not letting him escape. Is that 77 of Curtis Granger?
I
Tyler,
was just
how's Casey doing cutting through the field?
I was just about to say that. Look at Granger in third. Let's go. I'm gonna go check in on Casey. He is up to. It looks like he's up to 12th, making the pass for 11th. He is cutting through these guys pretty quick.
Look at Ryan Hines, still got the pink car for breast cancer awareness in October. And look at Casey Heschel there with the neon green Racing Warehouse car. And he's got Jeffrey McClintock right behind him. And there's Roberto Ramirez just ahead of that battle, still hanging tough in the 32 car.
Yeah, Casey, I expected him to move a little bit faster than this, to be honest, but maybe he's just saving his stuff, playing it smart here. And
I'll tell you another guy to keep your eye on, Tyler, is look at the 28 car of Corey Blevins as Casey gives the rear bumper to his teammate Ryan Hines, and they're side by side as they go into turn number 1.
Those Misfit guys are not afraid to mix it up between one another.
They're not. They might be the most talented team top to bottom. And they come to play every week, even with their own teammates.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You said Corey Blevins up there. He's in, it looks like, 5th position.
Yeah, started 11th up to 5th. So shout out to Corey Blevins. I figured he'd be. You got to know whenever Richmond was announced as the track for tonight, he was probably licking his lips a little bit, knowing that's one of his best tracks. And just so the viewers know, we are on lap number 14 of 140. I wish I could get the overlays to come through, but seem to be having some issues. They just crossed the line and went to lap number 15 here. Tyler, you have any idea how many laps they should be able to get on a fuel run?
Actually, that is a very good question. I would assume somewhere between 60 and 80. I didn't really do much research on that. I probably should have done a little more, to be honest, but I would assume they would only have to make one stop for fuel, or two maybe, but I bet they'll be in more than that to get those tires. I'm sure they're probably all begging for them right now.
Something else I've noticed, it looks like Hank Caston is kind of making his way back towards the front. Patrick Green kind of falling back a bit, and Robert Pullen's also hanging up there tough in 6th spot right now.
I was just taking a look at the 3rd spot. It looks like our good friend Curtis Granger is starting to catch back up.
There is no doubt about it. Definitely since the last time I was focused on him, he's got it down to, I would say, a half a car length on Jackson. And I'm surprised Jackson hadn't been able to catch all the way up to Alan Kunman, who's led every single lap of this race, all 18 thus far.
Yeah, he got a great restart and has just been running away with it so far. But like we were saying pre-race, about lap 20 is when Granger's tires normally kick in, and he is reeling both of these guys in for that lead.
The rear view mirror is definitely getting a lot fuller right now for Alan Kunman. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to stay focused on this three-way battle for the lead right now. You know Jackson wants to get up there and lead a lap or two, because even though this is an exhibition race, you kind of got to treat it just like it's a real one, and knowing that there's a bonus point on the line to get out there and lead that lap is big. Well, he got off the turn real good that time. You've seen him kind of close up on the 2 car, and we'll see how hard he shoves it into turn 1 here.
Yeah, it looks like Koonman has got it almost figured out a little bit. He is not letting Jackson gain as much time on that entry to turn 1.
I wonder how much guys are going to be afraid to use the bumper with this being an exhibition race. You know, I mean, obviously with the schedule we've got lined up this season, so many short tracks, guys are going to have to get used to taking and giving the bumper, especially in the corners, to make passes, as a lot of tracks, the preferred lane, just like this one here tonight, is the bottom.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of bump and runs here tonight, especially with how hard it is to pass here at Richmond. I hope we see some bump and runs, to be honest. That might be some selfish thinking, but I'd love to see some bump and runs. There goes Jackson Jackson looking to the inside.
Yep, you're right. I was just about to switch to Roberto Ramirez, but I'm glad I didn't do that because you're right. The 19 car is looking to the bottom of the 2, and Allen goes up the track a little bit. It's going to give him the bottom off the exit of 4. And look, Curtis Granger's loving every second of this. He's saying, burn up your tires, guys. I'll be by you both in about 20 laps.
There goes Jackson to the inside. Can he get to run off the corner? He does. I'm surprised, actually. It is a little bit more difficult to get that run off the bottom of somebody you're outside. You can't use the whole track. It's hard to put that hard to get the throttle down with the wheels turned so much. But now it looks like Koonman is falling back into the clutches of good old Curtis Granger.
Yeah, and it looks like Jackson pretty quickly is extending that lead over Allen. I don't know if Allen has burned up his stuff, and maybe Jackson was saving a little bit. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I still think the 77 car is going to get there here in the next maybe 10, 15 laps.
Oh, I'm sure Jackson's hoping that he saved because Curtis Granger is coming quick. And right behind those guys, you got the 3 car, Hank. He looks like he might be slowly coming in this picture. He's hanging around at least. He might be up in this battle.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Ryan Hines right now. It looks like that might be the closest battle on the track. And how about DJ Stagner? We hadn't talked about him a whole lot. I don't know if he qualified or not. There he is in the Chick-fil-A 64 car. He's working his way toward the front. Oh, disappeared. He's got a bad connection or something. Couple other guys we want to give a shout out to. Look at that machine of Courtney Miracle's out there driving around. I know that's one of his cousins or buddies, Metal Company. He's kind of designed this paint scheme off of Jeff Burton's old X-Side car, and that's a good looking paint scheme out there driving around. Looks like he maybe caught the fence already. And a little further back, there's Bucky Burt. Bucky right now running 17th.
Yeah,
He's
Bucky
actually
just
gone a
went
lap down.
1 lap down. And right behind Bucky, if you look at that 49 car, has climbed up into 7th place.
Yep, you're right. Casey started, what, 16th? And you got to wonder how much he's burnt the tires up working his way towards the front. But there he is.
He's about to put Bucky a lap down there.
Bucky, I like Bucky going to the old Hendrick 25 font, the old school one, back in the Ricky Craven days. I like that.
It looks like Casey is starting to reel in the 10 car of Robert Pullins here. It's just going to be one more person he's going to pass.
And it looks like maybe Curtis Granger's making a move right now on Alan Kunman. In fact, I apologize, I missed the pass. He's already cleared Alan. So move our Season 8 champion up into the 2nd position as we're 30 laps into this one. That's about his time to start on a run, pulling forward about halfway through it.
Yep, now we're about to find out how well Jackson Hartman saved his tires.
Jackson Hartman is fast at every single racetrack we go to. He's always a contender for the pole. It just seems like if he could dial it down from 105% to just 98, he would be right in title contention, because I know he overshot a restart at one of the early races of the last season. It might have even been the first race at Charlotte, and that cost him a bunch of points. And then I think he ended up getting wrecked at the Daytona Road Course under yellow, but actually had the dominant car before Carl Faust ended up in victory lane.
Yeah, we take a look at it here. It looks like Granger is slowly reeling him in. As we got a good battle for 4th going on currently, actually. Between Hank and Corey Blevins. It looks like Corey just took that position.
Corey just went by Hank, you're right.
Now watch out. It can one of these guys, Corey or Hank, can they get up there and add their name into the hat for the battle for the lead?
Hank is a good friend of Matt Lovett, and Matt Lovett, he's not here tonight, but he is the all-time wins leader in Highline Racing League history. I believe he's sitting at 21 now. He's won 2 titles back when the league actually raced on the Xbox series, but he's been able to transfer a lot of those skills over to the iRacing side because he's won plenty of races in the league over here on iRacing as well. And he should have won Darlington last season, but ended up just a bit short on fuel, and Curtis is right there to steal that win, driving a tribute paint scheme to Jimmy Johnson. It was good to see.
Yeah, he actually almost won Auto Club as well, I believe.
You're right. The last lap pass. I think he passed Jackson into 1 and 2, and Jackson got him back into 3 and 4. That was definitely one of the best races of the season. But there were so many races that featured not only last lap passes, but passes within the last few laps. I want to say 75% or more of the races had a pass for the lead within the last 3 laps.
Yeah, we had some very solid racing.
Including one of yours at Homestead. You almost had that win.
Oh, man, you had to bring that up. Yeah, I definitely learned the importance of tire saving that night.
Well,
Granger and Chelsea Green.
that was at Homestead Speedway. That was when my 3rd baby was being born. I had to miss that race. That's one of my favorite tracks, but you'll get a chance at Redemption, Tyler, because that's race number 2 on the schedule for this season.
Yeah, I'll definitely be looking to get some redemption there. Should we look ahead a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler. Go ahead. I was just going back to Jeffrey McClintock. That seems to be where the closest. Whoa, Bucky Burt caught the fence. Yeah, we saw the 25 in the wall. I'm sure he's probably hoping for a caution here pretty quick so he can get the lucky dog and get that damage fixed up.
Well, he better hope for it quick, because I just, like I was about to say, if you look in front of the leaders right here, it looks like we got some guys, Courtney Miracle and, sorry, lost who that was, but we got some guys, Andrew Baker, are about to go a lap down.
Number change got you.
Yeah, number change got to me. Yeah, Andrew Baker and Courtney Miracle are getting reeled in by these leaders, so Bucky is going to get that lap back. He better catch a caution quick. Speaking of reeling in, it doesn't look like... It looks like Jackson has kind of been able to hold this gap about even to Curtis. We'll see what happens here with lap cars, how well they can both get through lap traffic, but looks like Jackson has kept it basically even.
Right now we got a great view from the front bumper of Jackson Hartman as he dives to the inside of Courtney Miracle and looking up ahead right now at Andrew Baker. So exactly like you were just saying, lap traffic is becoming a factor, and that's unfortunate for Bucky Burt that Courtney Miracle just went a lap down because he's now in the lucky dog position.
He still does have the opportunity to get the wave around. I'm sure all these guys will pitch. But he would just have to hope for a quick caution again, because he'll need tires for sure after that.
Right now I'm looking at the rear bumper off of Jackson Hartman, and the 77 car, as they go by the lap car, the 34, is definitely reeling in Jackson right now. I wish I knew how much gas they had left.
Yeah, that'd be a good bit of information, but you're right. It definitely looks like Hartman is starting to reel them in.
And Tyler, like we were saying, you know, Auto Club Speedway, we went 107 laps. Right now, we're sitting at 44 laps done. Green flag racing the entire way thus far.
Yeah, this race has definitely flown by, and that, just like I said earlier, shows you more.
Jackson a little loose off turn 4. That's going to allow the 77 to close up just that much more.
That was a great save by Jackson. He was sideways. His rear tires are gone now. That's what I was about to say. It's very important now, especially in this league, to save tires because of how long our green flag runs tend to get. So,
well, look right now. Look who's there. It's like we've been talking about, the 77. Whoa, he's a little bit loose himself. That's actually going to allow Jackson to pull back ahead a little bit. But look at the way Granger can just drive that car right down to the yellow line. It seems like he's better on entry, where actually Jackson was a little bit better on exit there.
Yeah, he got a little loose and still seemed like gained some time, but Granger definitely gets it down to that yellow line a little bit quicker.
You see Granger getting loose off turn 4 there, Tyler.
Yeah, these guys are sideways. This is fun to watch. They're dirt tracking it.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
we
we
got
have
a
a
problem.
caution. It looks like Mike Campbell is on pit road to 88.
Uh-oh. Let's see if we can get to Mike.
It's like the 32 here is right in front of Jackson. Maybe he had an issue.
I apologize for the lane coverage we're about to get. Tyler, go ahead and cover the pit stops, and I'm going to see if I can figure out what happened here. No, I think Mike was just a scheduled pit stop.
Oh, well, this might work into his favor. I'm not sure if he lost a lap or not.
He did lose a lap. He's sitting a lap down, unfortunately.
See, he's going to be
Andrew
the lap
Baker will end
car.
up getting the lucky dog on this deal. So I
They're
don't
coming
know
in
what the
pit road
caution was
now.
out for. Yep, I got him on pit road. I apologize that I couldn't find the caution there. Like I said, I don't have these IRTVO controls just down yet, but it's an exhibition race, and this is exhibition announcing for sure. I'm having a good time, though.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, man. I really enjoy it. My first ever time announcing anything, so.
Well, you're doing a great job for your first time. This is something we're looking at doing down the line as a league, not necessarily with as Jackson nails the cone, not necessarily with our league, but potentially bringing in a B series and feeder series for this series here with the Xfinity cars. We run it as our premier series, so we've had so many entries lately that we might have to have a feeder series very soon.
Looks like right here, not going to be much change off of pit road. I think maybe KC gained a spot or two. I think he did gain one spot right there.
So right now, just to kind of summarize the field, I'll pull this up so you can see. We're sitting at lap number 50 right now out of 140. So that was a good timed caution, really, as these guys have just 3 sets of tires. You know, there's no question at all. You're going to pit there and burn one set. But Jackson Hartman continues to lead. Curtis Granger was right there in the 77. Alan Kunman still holding strong in third in the 2-car. We got Casey Heschel 4th, Corey Blevins 5th, Hank Kasten 6th, Robert Pullen 7th, Patrick Green 8th, Ryan Potter 9th, and Ryan Hines 10th.
Yeah, I know one person that did not want to see that caution is Jackson Hartman for sure. He was just about to, I think, make his move on, I'm sorry, Curtis Granger didn't want to see that caution. I'm sure Hartman did. Granger was just about to make his move on the 19 car at Jackson.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see how that plays out. Hopefully we'll get, some close green flag racing for the finish of this one. And I think there's a good chance we'll see it. There's a lot of guys that have really strong race cars. You look at the 28 of Corey Blevins, you look at the 49 of Casey Heschel. Those guys have been able to drive through the field. And I even think Hank Kasten's saving a little bit right now. I don't know if we've seen the full extent of what he has to offer for Richmond right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what Casey and Corey can do right here. They both started 16th and 11th respectively, so I'm pretty excited to see if these guys have got speed to hang with the top couple guys here.
I tell you what I'm going to do for this this restart. I'm going to go into blimp mode so we can see as much as we possibly can of this restart. I'm going to put it on Alan Kunman, so we're going to have about 10 cars in the screen for this restart as Kip Childress gets ready to pull the Ford Mustang down pit road.
Barney the flag man is itching up there on the flag stand to throw that green flag again.
And he's going to wave the absolute heck out of the green flag as we get ready to go green for the second time here at Richmond. Looks like Jackson Hartman got a great restart on the inside. Casey Heschel stuck up high with nowhere to go. Jackson's going to drive it off. Oh, Curtis is sideways.
Curtis is around.
Oh, my goodness. And that's everybody. Talk about something you didn't expect to see. The 77 gets loose coming through turns 1 and 2. Oh, my goodness, Tyler. Thank goodness we have a faster pair tonight. That would have taken out the whole field.
That was the big one, like you would see at Talladega or Daytona. I was not expecting that, especially from someone like Curtis Granger. He's the last person I expected to lose it on his own.
Unreal. Look at the 87 car. He's missing his front clip. I'm going to go back, focus on Curtis, and get us a replay here, and apologize as we rewind through this thing.
Yeah, Patrick got into
Tyler.
Got into that pretty
I know
hard.
we'll break character a little bit here, but pop on the mic and remind these guys they have a faster pair, because this league doesn't run with faster pairs.
All right. Hey, you guys got a faster pair, just a reminder. Admin told me to remind.
All right, so we're looking at the 77 here from the blip cam. It looks like he's just maybe pounded the gas pedal just a little bit too hard and just collects Patrick Green, Jeffrey McClintock, Robert Pullins is in it, Roberto Ramirez, Alan Kunman was in it. Looked like DJ Stagner snuck through, Courtney Miracle snuck through. My goodness, though. I mean, there's 17 cars in the race, and 10 of them had to catch a piece of that.
That was a big one. I'm thinking.
But look who that puts in second place now. It's going to be interesting to see if Corey Blevins can do anything with Jackson Hartman. I cannot believe that.
I can't either. I think maybe he just got so used to old tires, and he was, I don't know, expected the car to be under him a little bit more than it was, but that's definitely an uncharacteristic mistake from Curtis Granger for sure.
Well, if there's ever a time to do it, it's in an exhibition race, right, Tyler?
Yeah, he got his screw up out of the way.
Yeah, use your mulligan on the exhibition race, which, in all honesty, we are actually giving out a mulligan this season. We're going to drop everybody's lowest race. We found that a lot of guys ended up only being able to make 12 of the 13 races, whether it be, vacations or work stuff pop up, and just didn't seem fair to penalize guys for stuff like that. So everybody in the field, whether you run all 13 or you just run 12, will get to drop one race this season, which I think is a good change. It's still going to be an advantage to run 13 because, heck, your worst finish might be 19th, and you just get to drop that race,
Yeah, I definitely think that drop rule is a very good rule. I know I personally missed one race last year, and I think, especially with this season being during the holidays, you're going to be sure see a lot of guys that can't make at least one race.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, the Richmond Raceway, we hadn't talked a lot about the actual track for our casual viewers. It's a 3/4 mile racetrack. They call it the fastest short track or the smallest speedway. So it's an interesting track, somewhat similar to Iowa. Iowa's kind of, you can run the top more, although the Cup cars have kind of got to the point where they kind of can run the top here. I'm not the biggest fan of the races that this track puts on anymore to the Cup Series, but it puts on a good show as far as iRacing is concerned, especially in these Xfinity cars. As we're double file, I didn't realize here, we're getting ready to go green.
Yeah, I'm glad you came up with the nickname, because I've got some other names I call this track that I probably shouldn't say on here, but yeah, it definitely puts on a good show here in iRacing. I like watching it. I don't like racing it, but it's fun to watch. As we're green flag racing here again, with Hartman jumping out to a good start with, looks like Ryan Potter, who got off to a rough start, slides into second.
Yeah, Ryan, he was fast in practice. I think we had mentioned he was 5th or 6th in practice. It's good to see the 99 car that far up in the charts, and look at him here running second. Teammate to Curtis Granger.
He made a good bounce back. He was struggling early in the race. He's bounced back pretty well. Must have missed that wreck.
I think I do remember seeing his red car miss the wreck real far up high. Him and DJ Stagner both, but we'd have to go back and take a look to know for sure. But Jackson takes that 19 Supra right down to the yellow line, and it's tough to pass anybody when they're doing that. But Ryan Potter hanging tough.
Yeah, I'm going to jump back here to 5th place and look at Casey Heschel. From the sounds of it on the radio, he did not seem very happy about that crash, and He's starting to pick these guys off, so an upset KC should be interesting to watch here in 5th place. Something
And
to keep your eye on.
Casey's a guy that when he gets mad, look out, because he can come to the front in a hurry. So I've got him focused in on the screen right now too. Interesting that a lot of these guys still have damage. So I'm wondering if they elected not to use. Whoa, we got a car spinning. Is that Corey Blevins? I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Blevins. Nope, Blevins is black and red. Is that Andrew Baker in the 34 car? It was Baker.
Baker got around. No caution.
He spun it to the infield. That's kind of a rule with iRacing is if you go below the yellow line and spin, they usually don't throw the yellow. That's a tough break for Baker, who got the lucky dog on the last caution. Him and his Blue Oval Motorsports counterparts going to be counting on Corey Blevins to carry the torch here tonight.
Take a look back to Casey. He's already about to put the bumper to the back of the 3 car for 3rd place.
Yeah, Hank, I think he's going to run the number 36, so we'll have to get his number straightened out here. And we'll have to get that paint scheme straightened out because it looks like it's a little off-kinked.
Yeah, something's a little off there. Maybe he's running it just for the exhibition as he gets passed there by Casey, actually.
If you look at his sponsor, it's actually a dog called Hank, and I went and looked into that, and it's actually a rubber ball. I'm thinking he had to have some influence on that thing. It's a rubber ball for dogs that's supposed to be indestructible. So we'll have to talk to Hank and find out. I don't know if maybe we got an inventor in the league. That'd be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet, actually. I was gonna say that's a great branding if they picked him to sponsor. As you look, he's fallen back in another position. He's going to lose a spot, too. I think that was the 28 of Corey Blevins, yes. And now it looks like Patrick Green in the 87 is going to get under him.
Yeah, Patrick's car, you can tell Patrick used a fast repair because he was missing the front clip of his car. And now all of a sudden he's going towards the front, whereas some of these other guys are still nicked up. They probably had 2Xs, 4Xs, but elected to save the fast repair. So interesting strategy that we usually don't have to deal with at the Highline Racing League, but heck, it just makes it a little bit more interesting to talk about here tonight with some of these rookies in the field.
Yeah, it definitely adds a new element to tonight's races. You go back to 3rd, Casey Heschel is just on a mission right now, man. Look, he is marched up there, about caught Ryan Potter in the 99.
You aren't kidding. He's there. And Jackson hadn't pulled away all that much either, so I wonder how much Casey's burning the tires up or if he's doing a good job managing it and he's just really that fast.
That's a good point. He could be burning the tires up, like we mentioned. He wasn't very happy with that wreck, so we'll see here in, I'm sure, 15, 20 laps if he has been burning them up or he's been saving them and he's just that good as he's going to look to the inside of the 99.
Right now we're riding on board with Casey Heschel as he's side by side with Ryan Potter. This is what he sees at home, folks. As we just hit the halfway point for the race, we are on lap number 70 of 140. And you can see that 19. Casey is right on that yellow line, and Jackson is just a tick off of it. It's going to be interesting to see how these tires shake out over the course of this long run. As Jackson right on the yellow line on exit there of 4.
Yeah, I definitely think that's been the fastest way around is hooking that yellow line, the Harvick line, as I like to call it. Just kind of hook that line as best you can. I think that's the quickest way around and the best way to save tires. Going back a couple spots here to Corey Blevins, he looks like he's actually pretty quick. Him and Patrick are running pretty close together there. Potter has a problem, yeah. See what Corey Blevins does here. He's going to enter high, try and cut it low.
He should have the advantage on the 99 as they enter 3 and 4 here. They're side by side.
Great run right there. Patrick Green going to try and sneak in behind Corey. Potter is struggling right now.
Patrick keeps it off of him, but as me and you like to say, Corey Blevins was his fullback there, opened the hole, and you got to take advantage of it while it's there. Move Patrick Green up to 4th.
Now, if Casey has burned his tires up, it looks like he's slowly reeling in Jackson. It'd be interesting to see if Corey and Patrick, if they saved their tires better than Casey, or is Casey going to be able to get past Jackson and run away with it, or I could be completely wrong and Jackson could just stay in the lead.
we'll find out here in another 66 laps. These guys are definitely going to have to pit at least one more time, wouldn't you think, Tyler?
I would definitely think so. As in the back of the field, it looks like Mike Campbell just got into the wall. It looks like he's going to pull it down pit road. He got into the wall off of turn 2.
That's a bummer for the AC Delco car. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage to the front, but I think he had that damage before. Maybe he's one of the guys that elected to save the fast repair, and who knows, maybe that was the wrong move at this point in the race. It's going to be tough to make up a lap or two.
Yeah, I kind of question saving the fast repair from some of those guys right there. If you had a little bit of damage, I could see it, but a lot of those guys, I think, should have just went ahead and used it. I'm not sure if we're going to get another caution, and if we do, it might be too late.
I'm right now looking at Ryan Hines. He's reeling in Ryan Potter and trying to hold off DJ Stagner at the same time. Again, a little bit of damage on the front of that 55 car. He's got Bolt's designs on the front of that pink car. Of course, Bolt's is Roberto Ramirez, the longtime Stewart Haas painter, who's running the 32 car tonight. And I think DJ Stagner's quicker than both of the guys in front of him right now. So look out. One of Curtis Granger's friends might be a tire saver as well. And here comes Ryan Hines. It looks like he was able to get to the left rear quarter panel of Ryan Potter. They're side by side coming through turn 1 and 2.
Potter drove that in deep. He got it to stick pretty well, though. He's going to hold his own on the outside, it looks like.
I think into 3 and 4 here, Ryan Hines is going to have the preferred lane. Oh, but look, these guys are actually putting some rubber into the high line. Hines does clear him there, but there's quite a few guys up there running that second lane. And look at Hank Caston. He's really falling back right now.
Hank was up there running pretty well.
You almost got to wonder if he's got some damage or maybe if he's doing some sort of tire strategy. I don't know, because he was fast on that first real long run. Or maybe he's just hanging out and saving his stuff, thinking these guys are going to go burn theirs up.
Yeah, he's an 8th. It looks like he might be a little faster than maybe the 54, maybe even the 55.
Ooh, Potter just caught the wall.
Interesting to see. 99 car in the wall.
Just able to reel it back in.
At the front, they just put Andrew Baker another lap down, as the gap looks fairly similar. Maybe KC has closed it up just a little bit, but it's fairly similar up front with Jackson Hartman.
Well, whenever we went back to this battle, it was 0.8 of a second, and it's still 0.8 of a second. So both those guys are running identical lap times right now, it seems. Coming across the line this time, they'll complete lap number 82. Again, apologize for the technical difficulty of not being able to have the TV overlay on there to give you the lap count, but we'll be sure to inform you as we start reeling them down towards the end here on how many laps we've got to go.
Looking at the scoring pylon, somebody struggling here is Curtis Granger. He's only made it back to 9th place. He's the second to last car in the lead lap.
I didn't even think about Curtis. Look,
he just got very loose.
He's still got a lot of damage, so again, maybe he's another guy that elected to save the fast repair. And you know what, Tyler, I didn't even think about. You know how that fast repair is automatically checked. If some of these guys accidentally drifted up the track and maybe caught a 2X on the wall, and during that first round of pit stops, it went ahead and did their fast repair, because these guys aren't used to having one of those things. We don't run with them in the Highline Racing League. What if some of these guys accidentally used their fast repair on that first round of pit stops and didn't have it available after that big one?
That's a very good point, actually. I'm sure at least somebody did it. That sounds like something I would do.
Me too. Me too.
But it looks like I'm looking at the scoring board now. It looks like Jackson Hartman's actually opening the gap up a little bit right now.
Yeah,
it was,
we talked about it. Did Casey burn him up a little bit? He actually gained 0.2 of a second that time by. I just saw it go from 1.0 to 1.2. And Corey Blevins has been sitting at a 2.1 gap to Jackson for a little bit now. And look, as Robert Pullins goes by Curtis Granger.
Curtis is really struggling. That was my pick to win.
Man, I mean, who would have thought? He got loose through the corner there, and my goodness, so uncharacteristic of him. And let's give a call right now to Dylan Badty in that 26 car. He's right now he's running 10th. He must have used his fast repair, but remember he went a lap down early, but through strategy, and it looks like he is going to go a lap down right now to Jackson, and just let him go on by. But he's got his car up in here in the top 10. Dylan's not a guy that runs with us every week, so to come in here and put a top 10 down, it's pretty impressive.
Last time by, Jackson gained another 2/10. His lead is up to 1.5 now.
Man.
As I just watched Casey in 1 and 2 moved up the track a little. Maybe he's trying to see if he can find something, but he better find it quick because Corey Blevins in the 28 car is coming right behind him as Jackson gains another 2/10 right there.
Yep, you're exactly right. Corey Blevins has got it reeled into about a half second on Casey Heschel for second place right now. As this time by, they're going to cross. It's going to be lap number 90, and we will have 50 laps remaining in this race. Like we said, we expect them all to come down pit road at least one more time, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is a late yellow that we have a string of them. That seems to be the way that this league works. If we get a caution late, we'll get a few of them, but if we don't, we'll run it green all the way through.
Corey just got a little loose. I'm wondering if he's starting to push his stuff a little bit too hard. You can see Casey getting closer and closer at that front windshield. So I wonder if he's starting to push it a little too hard, trying to reel Casey in.
Yeah, like we were mentioning earlier in the broadcast, I mean, we really threw a challenge at these guys having Richmond in the afternoon, and I think Toby even cranked the temperatures up to 80 degrees. So cannot tell you viewers at home just how difficult it is to be patient as you are exiting the corner. You want to just throttle it down and just try and make up the ground on the competitor in front of you, but you just have to be so patient and ease that throttle in and just kind of tiptoe through the corners when the temps are this high.
Yeah, you gotta pretend you have an egg under the throttle and you just don't want to crack it. You just gotta be real easy. Just looking at Casey right here, he is about to put Bucky Bird a lap down, but the 28 of Blevins, as Bucky gets into the wall a little bit, gets into the wall again.
Sometimes the hardest thing to do is get out of the way of the leaders. I think that's what happened to Bucky right there.
Yeah, Corey's definitely a lot faster. Let's see what, it's one thing to get to the guy, that's another thing to pass him. He's going to send it off into turn 1.
He did, and I wonder how much. Oh, he gave him the bumper. And that's not a guy that's going to take too kindly to that.
Yeah, Casey, I'm sure is not going to be very
happy. It ended up costing Corey a lot of time there as he, like you were talking about with the egg, he might have pressed it a little too hard. It got a little loose off 2. And as they cross the stripe, we've got 46 laps to go.
Yeah, he gave him that bumper at kind of an odd time. I think if you're going to give him the bumper, you're probably going to want to give it to him on entry or exit. He kind of got him in the center of the corner, so I'm not sure it...
yeah, it gives you that hole if you touch. He probably didn't mean to touch him because whenever he touched him, is that Jackson Hartman? You're right. Jackson's on pit road. That's going to hand the lead to Casey, and under normal circumstances, that'd be his bonus point right there. But like you said, Jackson Hartman's down pit road, and we've seen him pit early oftentimes in these races. It works well for him, but it is kind of a risky play to pit early because right now, if the caution comes out, he might be stuck a lap down. I mean, the laps tick off very quickly right here as there's KC. He's putting him a lap down right now.
Yeah, especially at these short tracks. It's very risky. Corey pitted right behind him. But it's for sure, it's risky to pit earlier than everybody else here. Just for the simple fact that you go a lap or two down. Maybe at a bigger track where you don't necessarily go a lap down, it works better. But at these short tracks, I would say you want to stay out for a little longer than what you'd think.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. Like Richmond and Darlington are two tracks that I think of, especially in the Cup Series when watching races. You'll see certain guys do 2 pit stop strategies and certain guys do 3 pit stop strategies, and it seems like they kind of even out over the long term because, the advantage of the tires.
Yeah, you really got to, I think, make your time up on the new tires. Just got to take advantage of the tires when you get them. This isn't an easy pit road to get onto either, so I'd keep an eye on that.
Yeah, so right now the only guys that have stayed out is Casey Heschel, DJ Stagner, and Ryan Potter. I'm kind of surprised Potter's still out there, as he was kind of struggling hanging on to the car. It seemed like
Yeah,
you'd have thought he wanted to jump down there and get the fresh Goodyears, but he's hanging
yeah. I
tough in
figured.
third place right now, and there's only 3 cars on the lead lap. So if he catches a caution, he's in prime position.
I figured Potter would be the first guy down pit road. He looked like he was really having a hard time with his tires, but he's held on to it. See, it's Andrew Baker just came out the pits in front of KC. Andrew is 2 laps down, hoping to at least get one of those back, maybe catch a caution.
So I have no idea what's going on here. I just noticed in the scoring pylon that Patrick Green is 15 laps down, Roberto Ramirez is 20, and Mike Campbell's 26. You have any idea if those guys maybe got together on an incident and are doing some damage repair?
I'm looking at the thing. It looks like actually all of them disconnected. So I'm wondering if when Mike Campbell got into the wall earlier, I'm wondering if he just disconnected.
Ryan
then,
just saved a tough one there. He got loose and he is just hanging on to those tires right now, but he's really still not that far away from Casey. 12 seconds back. I know it seems like a lot. He needs to just follow whatever Casey does.
Yeah, I'm wondering when Casey's going to come here. I would assume it'd be pretty soon, as Hartman's already worked his way back to being the first car lap down.
Yep. Caution comes out at this point. He's going to be the lucky dog. And he's riding in 4th spot.
He's not that far behind Casey. If you go and look, he's probably, let's say, maybe a straightaway away.
So right now, Casey Heschel's last lap was a 24.33. Jackson Hartman's was a 22.90. So he is making up a 1.5 seconds per lap right now. You just got to wonder how much of that's going to come back to Casey on the back end if this thing does go green. Or maybe Casey's thinking a 2-tire pit stop and he'll make up, some of it. I don't know.
Yeah, if you look in the blimp view from Jackson's car, he's already there. I'm assuming Casey's either going to come right here or he's going to pit when Jackson gets his lap back. But no, he stays out right here.
I'm focused on those 2 guys right now, as there's Jackson Hartman going to the outside of Casey. And we got a car in the infield grass there. I think that's Courtney Miracle. He's able to gather it up. No caution as of yet.
Yeah, he looks like he has an issue. He's slow around the apron going into the pits. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's off of 2. He looks like he had an issue. He was slow down on the apron. Look at this gap. Hartman, if you go back to him, has already put on Casey Heschel.
Yeah, he's got a quarter of the straightaway. That is crazy.
Yeah, Casey's going to have to come soon. Oh, caution.
But the strategy pays off. I'm wondering what the caution is for. Holy cow. So Corey Blevins is going to get the lucky dog. All these other guys are going to have to take the wave around.
Brian Potter looks slow up here. I'm not sure if he had an issue.
Yeah, not sure. Again, without the replay feature, and I apologize to the viewers. I even had it on the view from the stands, and I couldn't tell. I did see the 26 spin through the infield, but I don't think that's what the caution come out for. Those guys that were staying out there, those tires had to be just gone.
Yeah, you could tell Casey, his tires had to be gone. I'm sure he wished to see that a lap or 2 earlier, so he could have caught Hartman.
So this is really interesting, Tyler. Because Jackson unlapped himself, we've got 33 laps left. I think Jackson has another set remaining. Does he put it on right here?
That's a good question. He ran a decent amount of laps on these tires. I think this is really going to play into Casey's hand.
I think you got to put the tires on if you're Jackson. I mean, he did get his lap back, so when Casey pits, Jackson will regain the lead. But, that's a tough call, because if this thing goes green, Casey's going to reel him in and probably pass him. But if he gets a caution, Casey's got another set,
Yeah, it's a good point. But, I mean, I think you got to stick to your guns. If you get another caution, then they each have 1 set to put on.
And I'm focused right now on DJ Stagner. I want to give him a call and a shout out on that strategy. He was running second, just 6 seconds behind Casey Heschel on that long run. Car looks clean, and he's going to be one of just a few guys on the lead lap. So one of our rookie drivers is definitely in contention for the win here.
Yeah, so the way this cycles out, Jackson's the only one to stay out. I'm sure that is not what he wanted to see.
He's going to save that tire set. In fact, Casey's going to end up second. Man, he's looking like a genius right now, you know? 31 laps to go. He's got another set of tires in the bank. Of course, Jackson does too right here, but I have to imagine he's probably, meaning Casey, he's probably going to be 2 to 3 tenths faster a lap than Jackson. So Jackson's got to get a good restart here and keep these guys in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, Jackson's going to have to do some blocking here, for sure.
Well, two of our... oh, sorry, Tyler.
It looks like a couple guys up in front of them that are going to take the wave around. You got Curtis Granger. Oh, no, sorry. He is going to take the wave around him, and it looks like Ryan Hines, I think, are waiting to take the wave around here, and so is Andrew Baker. So those guys should all get one lap back.
Yep. Interesting to see. And those guys are... I really wonder, how damaged is that 77? Let's take a look.
From the looks of it, it looks like he has used his fast repair and his car.
So that was the strategy he did before. He opted not to do the fast repair and now is using it. This should put him back on the lead lap. I'd say he still needs a caution. To be in contention for the win, I think he needs one more caution.
Yeah, I believe so. He's going to, looks like, line up 8th on this restart. So he's going to have to get busy getting through these guys.
And not only is he going to line up, but he's in 8th spot, but he's taking the wave around, so he's actually going to have to restart behind all the guys laps down.
Yeah, he's going to need some help here. If you look, Casey's got a little bit of damage on the nose. Everybody else up here in the front looks like they got a pretty clean race car.
Yep. Well, I'm going to go to the blimp view. Tyler, you want to call him to green?
Sure. So here we go, hitting the restart box, and the green flag is out. Looks like Jackson had a tough time getting to the throttle. Casey's going to stay at his quarter panel. Jackson is going to get clear on the entry. Oh, Casey, they made contact.
And those two have a history. Go back to Phoenix Raceway, and we got the 25 sideways.
Caution.
And that's what Curtis Granger needed. I'm telling you, this is
exactly what Curtis needed.
This is, now what do? Do you pit now? Do you think there's going to be more yellows?
Man, I think you got to stay out and keep that track position. You saw Casey just...
Okay, so if you're Jackson Hartman, though, now, you've got 8 or 9 guys on the lead lap. You're at a tire deficit. You are the leader. Do you pit here? You're going to be restarting with 23 to go. I think this is where I pit if I'm Jackson.
Man, that's a tough call. I see the need for tires, but man, that track position.
I don't think there's any way he wins that race if it goes green. But
good point. You saw he had a rough restart, and Casey, I think, looked like he was gonna be a lot faster until he got into him there. That was.
I don't know if they made contact or if they thought they were gonna make contact, and the 49 kind of drove it up the track to avoid him.
I think from the sounds of it, it sounded like. He might have had a netcode issue.
Okay.
Jackson just came over the radio a couple of seconds ago and apologized. Said he never hit him on his screen, but it sounds like maybe. I don't think
by any means, it did any damage to the 49 car.
Oh yeah, no, I think those cars should be perfectly clean.
But man, it's going to make this so much fun to watch. We've got 25 as they cross the line to go this time. And a lot of different storylines playing out right now. We got the 77 who was so fast early. I think he was the car to beat early on the long run. The 19's the car to beat on the short run. Obviously, we know the 49's got speed. The 28's fast at Richmond. And how about Ryan Potter? He stayed out all that time, and he finds himself running in row 2 right now. He's going to restart this race. 4th spot.
Well, look who's worked their way into second place. Rookie DJ.
Yeah.
64 car.
Gotta give a call to him.
Second place. This just sets up another angry KC situation, though. He's going to be restarting in the fifth position, so
I
that's
think
that's
that's
definitely
still
something to keep
better.
your eye on.
This is a track though that I think I'd rather be fifth than fourth in some respects. You know, it's so inside preferred. You got to
Yeah, I would
think he's
definitely
going to
say.
clear the 99 through 1 and 2, or at least by turns 3 and 4 that first lap.
Yeah, I would definitely say the inside is an advantage, especially on restarts. I think it's possible to you can get a solid run up there on the long run, but I would say on these restarts and short stints, you definitely want to be glued to that yellow line. So that'll be fun to watch for like the third time tonight, seeing uh,
So
upset Casey Heschel.
yeah, is Jeffrey McClintock going to get the lucky dog, or did somebody already get it?
I believe Jeffrey should get it unless Robert took it and we missed it, but I didn't see him go past the pace car.
Okay. Seems like these are pretty long yellows for this track. They're definitely 4 laps, not just the shortened 3.
Yeah, I think short tracks they've made longer. I wish they would go back. Now they're gonna double file the lights. Top that pace car been turned off. So Granger will line up, it looks like maybe in 8th position, I believe. 10th, sorry.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back
10th spot.
to the blimp view. I'm going to go to Corey Blevins' car. That way we can see everything going on. Really, the top 9 are all still have a chance in this thing. It'll be interesting to see who's got the best tires. And look at DJ Stagner up there. Pace
Yeah, look
car
at
pulls
him.
off,
That'd be cool to see him win.
and the green flag's out. Here they come. Rough restart on the outside for DJ Stagner.
Oh,
That's what
terrible
Casey
restart
needed.
on the outside.
Casey gives a shot to Corey Blevins and kind of protects the outside, and he's going to end up. Oh, he's got nowhere to go. I think he even actually went through turn 1 and 2 better than Corey Blevins. It was a great restart for Casey Heschel, though.
He's got to get clear of this 64. He might not have anywhere to go, though, to the 28 in front of him.
You're right. He's kind of trapped behind the 28 and below the 64. It's a tough spot to be. And look at Corey Blevins close in
there. He absolutely sent that thing down in there, and he kind of got it to stick pretty well. He's going to get a solid run. It looks like Casey's going to be clear up for third.
These guys are putting on a great show. Corey right there to the bumper. We haven't talked all that much about him, but he does have a Highline Racing League win at this track, and he's in prime position.
There
Look at him go!
Dive bomb. Man, he gets that thing to stick down there. He's going to get clear before the end of the corner.
Give the lead to Corey Blevins. His long-time number was 24, but he switched to the 28, and he's making it work tonight.
He's got those tires a lot better than Jackson.
Yep, Jackson Hartman definitely at the deficit of tires. It's going to be interesting to see how much the 19 races the 49 here, knowing their history and knowing that they just had a run-in and that he has older tires than Casey. 19 laps to go. Corey Blevins is loving seeing the 19 holding up the 49 right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to see is the 19 blocking for him. Oh, he gets loose right there. Oh, loose again. There he goes. He's around on the front
Oh, my
stretch.
goodness. Right as I switch the camera view, Jackson Hartman goes around.
I believe we have a wreck. Hartman is still struggling to get it going on the front stretch there.
Was there contact from the 49 that helped him around?
I don't believe it. Looked like, from what I saw, it looked like his tires got the better of him and he went around.
Okay. Coming to 17 to go this time.
Clear in second. He's got 64 behind him lurking. So if Casey can get up there and the 28 and the 49 get into it, 64 is in
Could
prime
you
position.
imagine if a rookie wins the new guys race?
That would be a story and a half right there.
Heck, Corey Blevins in some respects is a new guy. I mean, he's raced with us before, but he didn't run Season 8 with the Highline Racing League.
Corey is just able to drive it in so deep into these corners and just get it stick. I mean, you go back to when he was racing against Jackson there, I don't know how he does it, man. He just gets it to stick in there so well. You know, you'd think he'd lose a lot of time on exit, but he's just not. He gets that car to stick on the entry and through the middle, that's where you really make a lot of time at this track, is through the center of the corner.
Yeah, that car looks like it's hooked up at the right time to be hooked up. In fact, he's actually gaining on Casey right now. Casey was 0.6 of a second behind, and now he's 0.8 of a second behind as we got 14 laps remaining.
Yeah, Casey, the inside had a great jump on that restart. It's exactly what he needed to see. Put him back into second. I'm not sure he'll be able to get back to this 28, but it'll be fun to watch him try.
And checking in, guess who's in 4th spot right now?
Of course.
There he is, the Red Bomb Graphics Toyota Supra. That's Curtis Granger reeling in his buddy, DJ Stagner. I think he's going to run out of time, but if he was to get a yellow, man, he'd be right there.
Yeah, I think one more caution, and Curtis is definitely the favorite, but he's, I think he can get to 64. I don't know that he can get to the leader of the 49. Corey looks like he gained just slightly right there on KC.
Yep, he's picked up another 10th. He's 9/10 quicker right now. I'm not quicker, not 9/10 quicker. He has 9/10 of a lead over KC right now. DJ Stagner 1.4 seconds back, and Curtis is actually the fastest car on the racetrack right now. He is 2.0 seconds back. When we flipped over to him, he was 2.2 behind.
This is actually interesting. Curtis is running a little bit higher right now and cutting it down, almost running, kind of diamonding the corner off there at the end. And he's getting huge runs down these straightaways.
I'm going back on board with Casey Heschel to see what he sees. I know the car cannot be easy to drive right now. It's so hard on the brakes.
Curtis just got by DJ for 3rd place. Back behind KC. Be interesting to see if he...
Yep, you can see him back there. In fact, Curtis has made up another 2/10 on the leader, Blevins, but again, I think he's going to run out of time. He made up another 10th that lap. He's 1.7 behind Corey Blevins, but man, if he was to get a caution, I think he'd be in the catbird seat.
Yeah, KC just lost some time. He's definitely the fastest car on track.
Now checking back in with Corey Blevins. He just needs to not look at the mirror at all and just focus on what's ahead of him, run nice, smooth laps, and hope for no cautions. And I think this race is going to go to the 28 machine tonight.
Yeah, he just gained another 10th in that lap. You just got to focus out front, turn that mirror off.
7 laps to go that time by. Again, it's Blevins in the lead.
Granger.
Casey Heschel in 2nd and Curtis Granger in 3rd. It'll be interesting to see how much of a battle Casey puts up with Curtis, with him being that much faster. I really think Jackson should have pit on that caution that had come out. Jackson was the class of the field all night. And you know, Jackson is as good on fresh tires as Curtis is on old tires. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jackson definitely has got the short run speed. You were right, honestly. I was against him pitting, but I definitely think he should have. So we look back to 2nd place. Curtis is
all over the 49 car.
See how much patience he's got right here. Does he try and make it clean, or does he use the bumper?
I think you got to use the bumper. I mean, you're that much faster than the leader. Your only hope is you can't let 2nd place take the potential win. I mean, I know it'd really be, Corey would have to make a mistake for the 77 to catch him, and Curtis really isn't that type of a driver to just drive it in deep and lay the hammer down. He's a very, very clean racer.
Yeah.
4 laps to go this time by.
Mark Martin-esque, or Martin Truex. Who we got close right there.
Yep. 1.1 back is Casey, and 1.3 is Curtis. And I did want to check back in with Jackson Hartman, and it looks like, man, he picked the worst time of the race to spin out. He's kind of riding by himself back there in 17 seconds behind in 9th spot, but heck of an effort from the 19 team tonight. The Thirsty Goat Entertainment Toyota was fast. I think the best car all night. Just kind of ended up on the wrong end of a couple untimely cautions, and then ultimately spun the thing.
Yeah, that caution did not play out in his favor. We got 2 to go.
Yep, 2 to go. Granger, Curtis looking underneath.
Into the inside. Ooh. There he goes. Ooh, they almost made contact.
They're side by side.
Power down. With Casey to his outside like that, it's going to be tough. We're coming to the white.
As they come to the white flag, you got to focus in on Corey Blevins. Right spot, right time. My goodness. Richmond Raceway really gets along with this driver.
Yep, they're still side by side behind him. Blevins is going to bring it down turn 2.
What a
Down the back.
story, though, for Blue Oval Motorsports, you know. Struggled through the end of last season, but what a momentum booster as Corey Blevins is going to cross the line and take the checkered in the new Guys 140. Congratulations to Corey Blevins picking up the win in this exhibition race, and Curtis ended up grabbing second spot over Casey. Let's see if we can get these guys in for a quick interview.
How about that? That was great. Great race.
Corey, you got a copy? It's Kendall and Tyler in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that win. What was it like out there slipping and sliding around out here at Richmond? I know I was telling the viewers that you won the last time that this league has visited Richmond. You won in the ARCA car, and I figured that you would be pretty quick here tonight. But man, right place, right time, and then just kind of drove away from them at the end there.
Yeah, Richmond's one of my better tracks here as of late, so I was happy to see it as a preseason race. I was like, I might have a decent shot at this, and yeah, slipping and sliding off the corner for sure. You know, my trick here is really going to the bottom and just trying to hook that yellow line. You know, coming into the middle of the corner. I won't give away too much more than that though.
Yeah, you can't do that. We've got a lot of short tracks on the schedule this season. That's one of the reasons we wanted to put Richmond in as the exhibition race. So talk to me about how the process worked with joining with Blue Oval Motorsports and getting them their first win ultimately tonight, and how excited you are about being back in with the Highline Racing League this season.
I'm really pumped about it all. Bucky Burt's actually been a good friend of mine for a long time. I've helped a long time with his radio show. It's actually just started up again. But he gave me an opportunity. He's like, "Do you want to join the team?" You know, I knew heading into this new season I'd be back with Highline Highline. So I knew that. I wanted to keep in a Chevy, but I was like, you know what? Let's give Ford a shot, and here I am. So,
well, awesome, Corey. You have anybody to thank for this win?
Thank Blue Oval Motorsports. You know, it's pretty cool to get them the first win, even though it might be an expedition race, but still cool nonetheless. Thank Keys Architects and Associates on my car here. They're based in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank them. And then do all my paint schemes and designs. So all the designs you see for Blue Oval Motorsports.
Yeah, we got to give another plug to Blevins Designs. I forgot you were a designer too. We got quite a few of them in the league now.
Yeah. So all Blue Oval Motorsports cars you see, they'll be designed by me. So
awesome. Well, Corey, congratulations again. We're happy to have you back in the Highline Racing League. We'll be looking forward to trading some paint with you here this season. And thanks for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations, buddy. Good race. Who else?
And bringing in Casey Heschel. Casey, you got a copy?
Oh, hey.
What's up, man? How was your race out there tonight? We thought you had maybe the car to beat there late. Knew that Richmond was going to be pretty similar to Phoenix, but ultimately, what was the story with the 49 car tonight?
I was good. I just didn't really have long run speed or anything, and just kind of kept over driving the car. I'm kind of watching a replay of a late race yellow that I don't think should have happened, but you never know with teammates or anything like that.
Yeah, I hear you there. We honestly had a trouble during the broadcast catching some of the replays and things. I couldn't quite get the overlays to work, so you'll have to check it out, but we did the best we could. So some of the yellows, we're not even sure really why they came out, but tell us a little bit about why you stayed out so long on that last long run. We were doubting you a little bit, then we thought you had the right call, then we doubted you again, and then obviously it proved to be the right call. Just tell us what was going through your mind.
I've had my little system pulled up here, and I was about 7 to 8 tenths of a gallon short when everybody started pitting, and I figured if I could just get them a lap down, maybe 2 laps down, and kind of just ride until the end, I knew I could save enough to make it all the way. And then the 99 had a little itchy elbow there and wrecked himself.
Potter had a good run all night. He did. We were giving him kind of a shout out early. But yeah, it's interesting to hear you mention he, I guess, is the one that brought out the caution. We couldn't actually figure it out. So, well, Casey, what's your thoughts going into season 9? Obviously, tonight an exhibition race. It's good to get out there and run out front for a while. But does the schedule line up for you? I'm not going to lie. I think you're my pick to win the championship this year if you can just avoid some of the crashes that I know have plagued you. Really, honestly. It's been connection issues, I think, more than anything. I just think back to the Daytona road course. I know there was some connection issues.
Yeah, I don't know what my expectations are. I came in late to the last seasons, and I think I won 2 or 3 races or something like that. So if I can come in and double that, hit 4 or 5 wins, and kind of give these guys a run for their money, I think I'll be all right.
Awesome. Well, Casey, thanks for joining us. You got anything else that anybody you needed to thank or anything?
You guys and Toby for putting it on, the Racing Warehouse, and all the other partners that came on board this year to help out with the league. It's great to see so many different names pop on for season 9, I guess it is.
Yep. Yes, sir. Well, Casey, we're looking forward to battling with you out there on the track come Nashville next week. Can't wait, my friend.
Fun. Got to do a little pass-through penalty there, so come from the rear and probably a lap down, so we'll see if I can come back and win it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the guys that have had that in the past, I mean, I look at Enrique Torres. Every time he's ever had a pass-through, he's finished in the top 5. So if I look at you, I'll expect you to finish in the top 2 if you're having a pass. It just kind of focuses you early. And Nashville beating and banging, they'll probably be an early yellow, so just make sure you're in that lucky dog spot.
Yeah, I don't even know how to drive that track yet. I just took the car out for a couple of pictures there and didn't even make any laps yet.
Well, it's a fun one, so looking forward to it. Casey, thanks as always. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Tyler, you want to take Curtis?
Yeah, man. Curtis, you got us up here in the booth?
Yeah, I got you.
So, what? First of all, let's start. What happened there with that the big one? I was calling it.
Ooh. Yeah, that was
that you got caught up in.
That was a little unfortunate. I tried a little bit too hard on cold tires, and it didn't stick. I put a little bit too much throttle down, being on the outside. I was trying to get to the outside of Jackson's quarter to hope that I could battle him going into turn 3, but instead I looped it in front of the field. So that was pretty embarrassing. But I'd like to apologize to everyone who was involved in those shenanigans. I ruined my own race, and along with a bunch of others too. So, well, my first race as a champion didn't end up too well. I mean, I came home with second, but it was a little embarrassing. But
well, you know what though? Me and Tyler were talking. If there was any place to do it, it was an exhibition race tonight. And
yeah, that's true. We're gonna stay clean the rest of the season.
And Curtis,
got it out of the way.
I wanted to ask you. It looked like after that wreck happened, you opted not to use the fast repair, which I know we normally don't have them, but I feel like that strategy almost bit you a little bit, just because once you had the fast repair, you started mowing down through the field again. And had you had it early, do you think you might have had enough time to get up there and contend for the win?
I feel like I did. So what happened was I kept on getting hit by cars on the back straightaway. By the time I finally got going, the pace car had already passed me. So the game registered me as a lap down, but in front of the leaders. So what I had to do is, instead of pit and go a lap down, I chose to stay out with the damage so I could at least be on the lead lap and not have to fight for the lucky dog. And it was probably the best of the two options, because if I went a lap down, I don't know if I could have gotten it back.
I got you. That makes a lot more
yeah.
sense now.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed with second, so that's all right. It was a fun race
with
still.
second, but man,
Yeah.
it never fails, man. You're the master of the long run, and you are the Kevin Harvick, the closer of this league. So congratulations on another great run. And you have anybody you want to thank, Curtis?
I thank my sponsor, Red Bomb Graphics, for supporting the series and supporting me. I have the logos on the car. You can go to redbombgraphics.com to get your own racing themed T-shirt made. Look professional quality and made with your own sim racing cars. It's super cool. Also want to thank my teammates for being out there tonight. Ryan and DJ Stagner, in his first race, both of them were able to get a top 5, but DJ did a
both
great
those
job
guys
finishing
had great
4th.
runs.
I was super happy to see that. So all just looking forward to next week.
Well, awesome. Well, Curtis, you're a class act. We appreciate having you in the league. You've carried the torch so wonderfully as a champion, and looking forward to racing with you next week at Nashville.
Can't wait.
All right, Tyler, go ahead and take Jackson. I promise I won't interrupt you this time.
No, you're fine. Jackson Hartman, you got us up here in the booth.
Jackson, you got us in the booth. Dang, he must have checked out already. Well,
I don't think Jackson has got us.
that's all right. I wanted to interview him because he obviously was the class of the field for a long time there. But most of all, I just want to thank all of our sponsors. Once again, we had SB Designs, Red Bomb Graphics, the Racing Warehouse, Ready Foundation, and Thirsty Goat Entertainment, as well as Butt Kicker. All those guys, we couldn't do that without them. McConey Setup Shop, of course, those guys too. And Florence Electric actually stepping on this season as well on a part-time gig. I think they're going to sponsor one car out there that hadn't been announced yet. So looking forward to seeing that. But all in all, I want to thank you, Tyler, for coming out and doing this. It's been a lot of fun. I've wanted to do it for a long time, and I can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast as soon as we're done here. And of course, get back on Max Speed TV starting next week. Those guys do a phenomenal job. And we'll be promoting the race on all of our social media over there as well.
Yeah, for sure. I really appreciate you picking me, of all people, to come do this with you. I really enjoyed this. This is a great time. Good learning experience for both of us. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, last time, let's run through the finishing order of the race. I'll take the top 10. You can grab the rest. Corey Blevins.
I closed out, sorry.
Hey, no worries. That's why it's our first time doing this. Got to give a shout out to
Yep.
Corey Blevins picking up the win tonight, right where he left off with the Highline Racing League in the ARCA Series at Richmond, going to victory lane for Blue Oval Motorsports. Curtis Granger brings it home second, had the fastest car on the track at the end of the race, just ran out of laps. And Casey Heschel coming home third in the 49 car. DJ Stagner was fourth in the 64, Ryan Potter fifth in the 99. Hank Caston brought the 36 car home sixth spot. Ryan Hines was seventh, and Robert Pullins eighth. Jackson Hartman was the last car in the lead lap, ninth, led so many laps early, had to be at least 80 laps he led. Guaranteed he was the lap leader of the race, and such a bummer. I wish we could have talked to him there at the end just to ask him what happened. Jeffrey McClintock, the first car, one lap down in 10th. Andrew Baker was 11th. Alan Kunman, we didn't talk much about him after the hot start he had at the beginning. Not sure what happened with him, but he ended up 12th, 2 laps down. Bucky Burt was 13th, but he was the winning car owner tonight. And Courtney Miracle, a.k.a. Dylan Body, ended up 14th. Patrick Green was 15th with his teammate Roberto Ramirez, and Mike Campbell ended up 17th. So that was the field, all 17 cars for the new guys 140. Once again, Tyler, thanks so much for being my color guy tonight, and looking forward to going and watching this thing. And, of course, don't miss Nashville Fairground Speedway next week, October 29th, live on Max Speed TV. That'll all kick off on YouTube at 9:10.
You good?